Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai World News. We're starting today with a devastating natural disaster. According to BBC News, Venezuela has been struck by two massive earthquakes, both measuring above magnitude 7, that hit just seconds apart. The death toll has already climbed to at least 235 people, and more than 4,300 others have been injured. Rescue crews are currently digging through collapsed buildings, desperately searching for anyone still trapped in the rubble. What makes this especially dangerous is that these were shallow quakes, meaning the seismic energy hits the surface with far greater force than deeper earthquakes. Communities across the affected regions are facing destroyed homes, overwhelmed hospitals, and a race against time. As BBC News continues to report on this unfolding tragedy, our thoughts go out to everyone in Venezuela affected by this catastrophe. We'll be watching this story closely as rescue operations continue. Moving now to the Middle East, where tensions in one of the world's most critical waterways have taken a serious turn. BBC News is reporting that the United Nations has paused its evacuation plan for the Strait of Hormuz after a cargo ship was struck by what's being described as an unknown projectile near the coast of Oman. Fortunately, no casualties were reported from the attack, but the incident has been enough to put the UN's logistical planning on hold. Now, for those who might not know, the Strait of Hormuz is one of the single most important maritime choke points on the planet. A massive percentage of the world's oil supply flows through those waters every single day. Any sustained disruption there has enormous consequences for global energy markets and international shipping. The identity of whoever launched that projectile has not been confirmed, and the situation remains tense. This is a developing story, and we'll keep you updated as more information comes in. Here in the United States, a major legal ruling is reshaping the lives of hundreds of thousands of immigrants. BBC News reports that the U.S. Supreme Court has allowed the Trump administration to move forward with ending protected immigration status for Haitian and Syrian nationals. This is a significant decision. These are people who have been living legally in the United States for years under what's known as temporary protected status, a humanitarian designation given to people whose home countries are considered too dangerous or unstable for safe return. With this ruling, the path is now open for the administration to begin deportation proceedings for this population. Critics and immigration advocates have called this a devastating blow, arguing that both Haiti and Syria remain deeply unsafe. The administration, however, has framed this as a matter of restoring lawful immigration enforcement. The ruling is expected to face continued legal challenges, but for now, the Supreme Court has cleared the way forward. Now let's talk artificial intelligence, because the competition between the US and China just got even more intense. The Financial Times is reporting that DeepSeek, the Chinese AI company that shocked the tech world earlier this year, is now planning a significant hiring spree. According to the FT, the job postings being advertised suggest that DeepSeek is laser-focused on taking its cutting-edge research and turning it into real commercial products. This is a major escalation in what's already being called China's AI talent war. Companies across the country are competing fiercely to snap up the best engineers, researchers, and product developers, and DeepSeek appears to be going all in. This move signals that DeepSeek isn't just interested in making headlines with benchmark-breaking models. They want to build a business around it. For the global AI industry, this is yet another sign that competition from China is only going to intensify in the months ahead. From the AI industry to the financial markets, and the news there isn't great for investors. The Financial Times is reporting that global markets have taken a significant hit, with Asian stock exchanges falling sharply. Two major concerns are driving the sell-off. First, Apple has announced price increases, which is spooking consumers and investors alike. Second, there are growing fears that OpenAI's highly anticipated IPO could be delayed, which has dampened enthusiasm for the broader AI sector. When you combine those two factors, you get a market that's suddenly questioning whether the enormous wave of investment in AI is actually going to pay off anytime soon. The FT notes that investors are fretting about the overall demand picture for AI products and services. After months of sky-high valuations driven by AI hype, this feels like a moment of reckoning. Markets remain volatile, and analysts are watching closely to see whether this is a short-term correction or the start of a broader pullback in tech. Shifting now to a climate story that is affecting tens of millions of people across Europe. The Financial Times reports that the continent is enduring a truly historic heat wave, with June temperatures smashing records across multiple countries. Scientists are pointing to a deeply alarming trend. Daytime temperature peaks in Europe are rising at roughly 3 times the rate of overall global warming. That's not just hot. That's a climate signal that experts say should set off serious alarm bells. The FT also highlights a detail that often gets overlooked. It's not just the daytime heat that's dangerous, it's the brutal nights. When temperatures stay high overnight, the human body has no chance to recover, dramatically increasing health risks for the elderly and vulnerable. This combination of soaring daytime peaks and relentless overnight heat is making this one of Europe's most dangerous weather events on record. Climate scientists are urging governments to treat this as the new normal, not a one-off extreme. And finally, a big story for the cryptocurrency world. The Financial Times reports that Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, is set to stop providing services to customers in the European Union. The reason? Binance has failed to obtain a license under the EU's new MiCA regulations, that stands for Markets in Crypto Assets, which are a sweeping new set of rules designed to bring order and consumer protections to the often chaotic crypto space. Binance has reportedly already begun notifying EU customers on how to withdraw their funds before the rules fully kick in. This is a massive development. Binance has hundreds of millions of users globally, and the EU is one of the world's largest economic blocs. Being shut out of that market is a serious blow to the exchange's revenue and its global credibility. It also signals that Europe is serious about enforcing its new crypto rulebook, and that the days of operating in regulatory gray zones are over for major crypto platforms in Europe. And that is a wrap on today's biggest stories from around the world.